Hello, sports fans, and welcome to the Scott Sports 101 NFL Super Bowl Weekend Update Show and recap of today's early and late afternoon game and last night's game. We'll recap those as well. It's been quite a weekend, and also update you on the Pittsburgh-Kansas City game, and that's right now in the third quarter with 8:14 left. And but first, here is today's Scott Sports 101 Super Wildcard Weekend trivia question. It's a 49ers trivia question. What college did Joe Montana play football for? I'll have the answer later on the podcast. Well, it's day 2 of Super Wildcard Weekend, and we're going to start off by recapping. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are moving on to the next round of the playoffs as Brady and the Bucs beat the Philadelphia Eagles 31-15 today at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida. Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers had a fine tune-up in their first playoff game as the defending Super Bowl champions, taking a 31-point lead after 3 quarters and never looking back in a 31-15 rout over the Philadelphia Eagles. Brady finished 29-37 over the 29-37 for 271 yards and 2 touchdowns as Tampa Bay controlled the game from the opening kickoff. The Buccaneers forced 3 turnovers and picked off Jalen Hurts 2 times in the rout. Hurts finished 23 of 43 for 258 yards with a touchdown and 2 interceptions, yet most of those completions and yards were when the game was out of hand. The Eagles entered the game as the top-ranked rushing attack in the league, but were held to just 17 carries. Boston Scott scored Philadelphia's first touchdown in the fourth on his only carry of the game, a 34-yard run to prevent the shutout. Tampa Bay scored 3 times on its first 4 possessions to take a 17-0 lead, as Brady went 20 of 25 for 159 yards before halftime. Both Brady's touchdown passes came in the second half, a 2-yard pass to Rob Gronkowski and a 36-yard strike to Mike Evans that put Tampa Bay up 31-0 in the third quarter. Evans finished with 9 catches for 117 yards and a touchdown. And boy, Philadelphia just did not go their way. They had too many mistakes and too many turnovers, and that's what cost you the game. And I got to give the game balls to Tom Brady and the Bucs. Tom Brady, 29 of 37 carries and attempts, 271 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Mike Evans, 9 receptions, 117 yards, 1 touchdown, and Keyshawn Vaughn, 17 attempts, 53 yards, and 1 touchdown. Now next up for the Buccaneers will host the NFC Divisional game next weekend, and I think their opponent might be the San Francisco 49ers. I'm not sure yet. We're not sure who their opponent will be as of yet. But boy, this was the Eagles' off-season begins, and they will have a lot of work to do. Especially they need to look at the quarterback situation and the positions. So, well, the San Francisco 49ers are also moving on to the next round of the playoffs as they beat the Dallas Cowboys 23-17 today at AT&T Stadium in Big D in Arlington, Texas. Things didn't go as planned for the Dallas Cowboys in their goal of staving off an upset on NFL Super Wildcard Weekend, losing 23-17 in a throwback matchup against the San Francisco 49ers. Despite its early troubles, Dallas still had a chance at the end of the game, but a wildcard sequence concluded with the time running out on Dak Prescott and the Cowboys. The Cowboys were en route to scoring on the opening possession of the game, and all Prescott and company could muster was 3 and out. And it was yet another promising possession for Jimmy Garoppolo and his offense thereafter, but they were held to just a field goal in that game, in a game that got away from the Cowboys early. Excuse me. It was a handful of mistakes and turnovers that costed Prescott and the Cowboys the win. The 49ers really made Prescott and the Cowboys pay in this one as they came from behind and pulled off a stunning upset victory over the Cowboys. And boy, was this not a good day for the Cowboys. And I know Cowboys fans are singing the blues right now, and the mistakes just costed them. And the San Francisco 49ers have started another playoff run and hang on in a frantic wild card finish against Dallas today. And Dak Prescott and the Cowboys will have to keep waiting for that elusive deep trip to the postseason. And San Francisco's versatile receiver ran 26 yards for a touchdown. The play after the interception by Prescott, and the 49ers held on for a 23-17 victory over the Cowboys on Sunday. And it just was not a good day for the Cowboys. And Mike McCarthy has suggested the Cowboys were slowed by a collision between Prescott and umpire Ramon George, and that sideline official assured him the play was being reviewed. And the communication that I was given on the sideline was they were reviewing him, McCarthy said, and they were going to put time back on the clock. And the next thing I know, they're running off the field. So it was the 49ers in this one that really made a comeback, and they overcame an interception by Jimmy Garoppolo when they led 13 in the fourth, and Prescott ran for a touchdown with the score and had a chance to drive Dallas to a go-ahead score, but the 49ers got a stop midfield when Prescott's desperation fourth down pass was just out of the receiver Cedric Wilson's reach, and after a 14th penalty from the NFL's most penalized team in the regular season, that helped the 49ers run out most of the clock, and they come from behind to get the win. And now they head to Green Bay for a divisional game, looking for another trip to the NFC Championship. So I got to give the game balls to the 49ers today. Jimmy Garoppolo. Here we go. I got to give the game balls to the Cowboys today. I mean, the 49ers, excuse me. Jimmy Garoppolo, 16 of 25 carries and attempts, 172 yards, no touchdowns, one interception. Elijah Mitchell. 27. Elijah Mitchell, 27 attempts, 96 yards, 1 touchdown, and Brandon Ayuk, 5 receptions, 66 yards. But it just did not go the Cowboys' way. Last night, the Cincinnati, late yesterday afternoon, the Cincinnati Bengals are moving on to the next round of the playoffs, thanks to Joe Burrow and Joe Mixon and the Bengals offensive defense. They beat the Raiders 26-19 at Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. And the Buffalo Bills smoked the New England Patriots 47-17 at Highmark Stadium in Buffalo. And Josh Allen got the game ball in that one. And Joe Burrow got the one for the Bengals. And Buffalo is moving on to the next round of the playoffs as well. Well, I'll give you an update on the KC-Pittsburgh game in just a moment, but right now, it is time to reveal the answer to today's Scott Sports 101 Super Wildcard Weekend Trivia question, and it's a 49ers trivia question. What college did the 49ers trivia question? What college did Joe Montana play football for? And if you said Notre Dame, you are correct. Joe Montana played for Notre Dame, and then, as you know, played for the 49ers for most of his career, ending his career with the Kansas City Chiefs. And he won 4 Super Bowls with the 49ers. And I'll have another trivia question on my next podcast, so stay tuned for that. Now, the Kansas City Chiefs are all over the Pittsburgh Steelers right now. 35-14 with 48 seconds left in the third quarter. Boy, this has been KC has been dominating. Pittsburgh has not looked good at all in this game. I'm going to bring you up to speed on this one right now. It was a scoreless first quarter, but in the second quarter, the Steelers scored their first touchdown of the game. Direct snap to Hardman. He fumbles, and then Williams at KC 28, and then it was recovered by T.J. Watt. And Watt took the ball in for a 26-yard touchdown. Boswell's extra point was good. It was 7-0. Then the Chiefs scored their first touchdown of the game. Mahomes pass short middle to McKinnon for a 4-yard touchdown. Butker's extra point is good, and we're tied at 7. Then Pittsburgh fumbled the ball, and then KC fumbled the ball. No, Kansas City went 3 and out and had to punt. Pittsburgh went 3 and out and had to punt, and then Kansas City scored their second touchdown of the game. Pringle had a touchdown within a penalty, and then it was ruled a touchdown. Butker's extra point is good. It was 14-7 Steelers, KC. Then the Steelers fumbled the ball, and then the KC got it back and scored their third touchdown of the game. And it was Travis Kelce for a 48-yard touchdown. Butker's extra point is good. It was 21-7. And then at halftime, and then KC put another touchdown on the board. Mahomes passed short right to Algrady for a 1-yard touchdown, 28-7. KC, and the extra point was good. And then Mahomes passed deep to a Tyreek Hill for 31 yards, and it was 35-7. The extra point was good. And Roethlisberger, Pittsburgh scored their second touchdown. Roethlisberger pass short right to Johnson for a 13-yard touchdown. Boswell's extra point was good. It's 35-14, and that's where we stand right now. And I'll bring you up to speed. I'll have the post-game show once the game is concluded. 3, 2, 1. I'm done.